Yeah, can you come closer to the screen real quick? I want to try something.
No, please no. Please God no.
I've unlocked Raya.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cardcast episode 3 with your host, myself, Hinchy. And I've got Rayon here, MJ here. Please introduce yourselves.
Go on, MJ.
So I'm MJ. You saw me last week. You see me again. And I'm going to make sure that we credit these artists.
Hi, my name's Ryan. I'm a senior representative of Dynasty TCG. Yeah, I just work here. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I just work here.
And he's also a running fugitive, but that's an inside thing. Anyway, guys, let's get into this week's episode. We've actually got more cards than any other episode so far, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Obviously, first card, everyone can already see this because I'm not bothering from hiding this in editing because I don't have time to edit it. So we've got Blossom's Archer, 4 cost, 2 range, 2 strength, 3 health, with the ability, when this unit deals damage to a unit, that unit cannot move their next turn.
I see. Okay. Me personally, I think I really like this card. I actually really like this card. It's got 2 range, which is very good in my opinion. It is very good for any archer card. Having more than 1 range, really good. It's 2/3, plus its effect is really good because it's the kind of the opposite of Snow Golem, where the Snow Golem has to be attacked, whereas this one attacks something and then that unit can't move for the next turn. It's also a more control style playing the game, and I think that's key to when it comes to splitting up your lanes, where if you force your opponent to stay in one lane, they have to use cards from their hand to then protect their lanes or protect their health overall. But yeah, I think it's a very good card.
I mean, starting off, that background is absolutely beautiful. Like the pinks and the blues and the sunrise you can see. Then thinking about the actual card.
He's not even thinking about the purpose of the card, he's just looking at the artwork.
Oh,
But then the actual effects of the card. So I would use a slightly different word rather than like contrast. I'd say it's more like the complement of Snow Golem. That it's got that sort of opposite and same effect. Because like you could have Snow Golem first row, it gets attacked, then they can't move, and then you've got Blossom's Archer on your turn. It attacks, and then they still can't move, and you're just keeping them in this kind of like weird deadlock that they can't get out of. Their board is stuck on the front row, which could be devastating for certain cards like 1 range champions sort of thing.
That is true. Do you know what that is actually really, really useful? Because if let's say someone was reinforcing with a champion, so they're in row 2 or something, and they literally have 1 range like Shen, and then you snipe them with this archer, bye bye. You're not attacking in any row, and like he's forced to be there. I think I like the range. I made it a 2 range because for most archers they were 3 range, but I wanted to mix it up because obviously with her strength being 2 and the ability, it's kind of powerful. So I wanted to put her a bit more forward so people can just get over that problem there. I don't know. I think like with what you guys said with the Snow Golem as well, like I think the next wave of players with crowd control, you could run some pretty nasty like engines with crowd control, I think.
I wouldn't say she is quite as good as like the current. Thinking about archers and Blue Moon Archer, because they're the same cost, same strength, same health, but obviously the range and the abilities are the difference between them. And I think with the range of Blue Moon Archer, that sort of leads into that being possibly like a stronger card, because whilst it isn't direct crowd control, it's indirect crowd control because the other person's always constantly thinking about where can Blue Moon Archer attack as well.
Yeah, do you know what? That actually brings a really good point. When I was designing this, I was like, I want to make it so she can stop Blue Moon Archer from moving and sniping certain threats. So, like, she was designed to kind of stop him. Because everyone's like, Blue Moon Archer's so strong, he's so broken, nothing gonna beat it.
No, he is busted. He is busted. But no,
That's not the card that we're talking about right now.
no, but it's one of the things where I think people will have like a lot of fun with this. Where when people like to move a lot of their cards around, like me, like I'm going to find this card really annoying when like if they hit like a veteran hay that like I want to support something else, or like what other card is it? Hold on. Or if I want to like reinforce something, I can use the card Detour as well to like swap things around. But because of that, I just can't move it, can I? So it's just stuck there now. It's just stuck, and it's just a useless piece there on the board, not gonna contribute to anything, which is very annoying.
I think you'd see a lot of play move. I suppose in the other person's perspective, the play's going to move backwards more because if you've got those sorts of cards, you're going to be putting them more in the second and third rows and having something in the first row to counter her range, probably more so. So like normally, like Veteran Hay is a very mid row playable card at the moment, and if someone's playing Blossom's Archer, I feel like Veteran Hay, that sort of card, would move backwards in play naturally, just to sort of try and react to Blossom's Archer being played.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah, it's when you see it come down, you naturally just want to move it away from her range, so that you can have the option to actually move them around, support different units.
No, I agree with that. I think it's going to be very interesting seeing how people move units from now on, especially with the new decks, because the first two decks, it's very much just play them and just run them into each other. And if you have some form of movement strategy, then you get an edge. But now you have to really think more because there are more threats that affect that type of playstyle. But yeah, I think. What do you guys think? The cost is good. What do you guys think of the cost there?
I don't think. Go on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, I think it being a 4 cost, and I will like say this to Nick as well. Hello, yeah. Evens and odds, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Oh, cost even, cost odd. Yeah, whatever, man. It doesn't really matter in my opinion because it's like.
Oh, Nick's not gonna like that.
Nick's. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. I think 4 cost is completely fine because the effect is really, really good. It's got decent stats and it's got decent range as well. You can't really ask more from a card.
Yeah, I don't think you could lessen the cost without making it too powerful because of the possible repercussions you've got of the ability.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And then I just had the thought, imagine playing her early game. I think playing her early game gives the player so much edge because you basically stop your opponent setting up the board the way that they need it to for mid game and late game. And especially like if she comes in mid game as well, that's also a threat. But if you stop them early game and you set up in turn 2, turn 3, they then have to scramble back to try and catch up. I think she's fun. Any other points before we get on to the good bit?
I mean, it's like you said, really. It's just like early game, late game, mid game. I think at all points in the game, she's very, very good. There's no specific time where she'd be bad. Where some other cards would be like, yeah, sometimes like it'd be like okay here. But I think she's one of those units where it doesn't matter what point in the game you put her in, she'll always have some kind of leverage against the opponent.
Yeah, I think we've said a lot of my thoughts on it. It's gonna be how I think it's just it's gonna be a big card in terms of affecting how people play.
Okay, and with that comment, let's do our ratings. Okay, how many Dynasty booms are we giving the Blossoms Archer?
MJ, you can go first. Yeah,
we're gonna go with boom, 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 boom. I want that in my deck. Yeah, we're gonna go with 4 booms. I like this card. I want to see this card. I want to play this card.
Rayon?
Honestly, I'll go with 3.5. 3.5, I'll go.
Mm.
And that's mainly because, well, it's to do with the cost and the range and all that kind of stuff. Odds, evens, whatever you want to say. But it's just that as much as she is like a really good stall technique, you can only stall for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a very good card though. It's still a very, very good card. But there's definitely ways around it. Definitely ways around it. So yeah.
So 3.5, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with 3.5. I think she's a bit... She's good, but in 2 turns she's dead. So
Yeah.
you have a max stall of 2 unless you add other things to her. But yeah, no, 3.5 for there, average it out, let's say 3.75. That's what we're doing, a collective boom there. Okay, next card. If this thing works, can I choose? Oh, going way too quick.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa, Judge.
Okay. Next card here. Blossoms G Warrior. 4 cost, 2 range. Same stat line, 2 strength, 3 health, but with the ability, if you attack an enemy unit with this card, that unit must move 1 zone away.
Honestly, I think this card is it's better than it reads. This card is a lot better than it reads, I think. And that's purely because, okay, right, hear me out. This is going to sound a bit weird, but it's like, if you have 2 to 3 lanes, just like full, and you have this card in the middle, if you attack one of your opponent's cards, it's forced into moving 1 or 2 directions, or one of like four directions, right? Either moves back, or to the left, to the right, back left, back right, whatever it is, right? But once it moves, that means that it moves into a different lane. If it does move into a different lane, if there's something behind it, which means that you can use your other lanes to attack into their units again, and you create this pressure of they don't want to be in the same lane as him, pretty much any time ever, which is why I think it's a lot better than it seems.
Oh my god.
Hello guys, hello Hinchi, hello MJ, hello Ray.
Welcome back everyone. Obviously, Mizzy, he has now turned his camera on. Please introduce yourself and then we can get on with this bloody show.
I'll do it quick then. So, my name's Missy. I'm one of the senior reps, and I've been working with Hinchi with his game for a couple of years now. And yeah, I'm glad that it's gone this far. I'm just here for this podcast because I've been excited. But
yeah, that's right. We're here to talk about cards. Okay, Missy, you whilst I ask MJ the next question, read up on this card, okay, and then give your opinion after. So, what do you think of the Blossoms G Warrior?
I mean, reading it, when we say move 1 zone away, are we just talking from its current position, or is it
from
like
its current position? So it will just move away from where it is.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I like that. It's definitely like level with Archer in terms of ability. Okay. Definitely level in terms of. You made this so awkward.
For everyone watching at home,
Thank you.
MJ is currently getting food delivered.
oh, lucky I'll have a food as well. What are you having?
That looks
So where was I? Yeah. So like the big downside I can see with it though is obviously they're getting some control in where it moves. So yes, you get to affect their setup, but you don't get to control their setup in the same way that you do with like Blossom's Archer.
No, that was a good point. When I see this card, and when I know all the other like Blossom cards, so it was really easy for me to like think about how to play with it. But you could have a different Blossom unit on each lane and just keep on just messing with people. So you can use this one to move one of their units into another one, and then use the Archer to just stop them from moving again. And then you can just so you could just end up just shuffling their board around over time. So I think it's just fun. Like it's gonna be so annoying, and I can't wait to like just annoy people with this. Mizzy?
That sounds like my sort of
I've
game.
got a question to that then. If you're this move, so just obviously read it, I'm thinking about it. If you attack an enemy unit with this card, like MJ was saying, if you attack an enemy unit with this card, that unit must move one zone away. And if you're saying if you have a bunch on your lane, that means you can mess around with the enemy. So does that mean they're forced to take a turn where they have to move that unit, so that unit can't attack during the enemy's skirmish phase?
No,
Like
so
what?
this will be once it's attacked, that unit then moves.
That unit must move then.
Yeah. After it's been
Ah.
attacked. After damage has been applied.
So after damage has been applied, and if you attack the enemy as well. It says if you attack an enemy unit with this card,
Yeah.
that unit. So I use Blossom G Warrior to attack, let's say, recruit soldier.
Yeah.
That recruit soldier has to move then, right? And it applies as well when it gets attacked, the Blossom's G Warrior.
Yeah, if a G warrior hits another G warrior, the G warrior has to move.
No, I'm talking about like a regular card, like getting
any
attacked
card.
by a recruit soldier. So any
Do you
card.
mean like if they attack G Warrior back?
Oh no, because if you're the one that declares the attack, you're attacking. If you get attacked, you're defending.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if that Blossom G Warrior is defending an attack, does that mean that?
No, then it doesn't work.
Okay.
Because obviously you have to do the attack.
I mean, I like the effect that it has. That unit must move one zone away, but I don't really see any use. I can't think of any strat with using that. I feel like that's just like a troll pick. Like you're just gonna mess with the enemy's positioning. You're just being an annoying little rat.
That sounds like my sort of play.
But I think what gives it that edge is the 2 range. A lot of the support cards that come out for either dragons and moons, they're 1 range, whereas having 2 range is slightly better because then you can pick and choose. And I think definitely in early game, if you do have all your control units with you, then you're just going to end up messing with someone's strategy. Like 100%. Whether you're stopping them from moving or just forcing them to move.
Yeah.
They're going to have to find a way to play around you and where you position your unit.
Because I feel like it's a double-edged sword, that effect. Because what if they move in a position where it messes you up as well?
That's where the strategy comes in.
That's where the strategy comes in.
Rayon.
There's nothing really else to say about it. It's kind of like, well, it can be good and it can be bad as well, but that's where it comes into like where you place your cards first. I think any good player will be able to make use of this card very easily because, like you said, Hinchy, it has 2 range, right? If you poke their veteran Hay, who's giving the unit in front, +1 health and +1 attack, and it has to move away. Well, now it's not getting the +1 health or +1 attack, is it? So then, if it only has 1 health, so when it only has like 1 health, it just dies immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not think about that. That's true. Veteran Hay supporting. So, but then you have to.
Your win record is such an L.
Wait. Let me say. So if you're saying that, then let's say the enemy has this whole zone. So it has, let's say, a Ronin soldier, veteran Hay behind. Veteran Hay is supporting the Ronin soldier, right?
Yeah.
So with the Blossom G Warrior, so you're attacking them, right? The enemy with that lane.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can ignore the Ronin soldier and attack the veteran Hay, which the veteran Hay has to move.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it has to be the card that's in front that you can attack. I didn't know. Because I know it's 2 range, obviously, but I thought whatever's in front is what you attack in front first.
No. So it depends on what you. It's always like what you're hitting.
See,
right?
Now that I think about it, though, that you can do a lot of stuff with that when people are supporting other units, and it makes more sense.
Yeah.
So you've got yourself an anti-Shen strategy then as well.
Yeah.
Because let's say you get your Shen.
No, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this.
So you get their Shen. Let's say in this very specific context, they've got a Shen supported by a veteran Hay. You attack. You get that. Let's say their Shen's down to like the last health, and you use Blossom's G Warrior to attack the Veteran Hay behind, you move Veteran Hay. Shen loses that +1 from Veteran Hay, and if he was only on the 1 health anyway, he's taken out without being in battle.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get his level up.
Yeah.
Very specific for that to happen,
Yeah.
but
that's the thing
It could be
with
useful.
the Shen players. That's how it is. So you want your Shen to be as low as possible, and then so that your opponent kind of has to either swing into it, or like they threaten it. Whereas, like, you know, if they have a Veteran Hay behind it, then and he's on 1 health, if you move it, well then that's it. It's gone. It dies immediately.
It's literally just doing this.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Anyway, enough of the Shen hate. Let's go on to our boom scale now. So, I will pick the order on this one. Blossom's G Warrior. I guess Rayan, because MJ's got food in his mouth, and Mizzy needs to see how this is done. How many booms are we doing?
I think I'd give this a 3.5 as well. I think I'd give this a 3.5 because
Really?
it's like I said, yeah, it's a good card. You can utilize it, but the problem is it can only come up sometimes, and it can be used against you very easily. But it just depends on how you play it.
So,
Yeah, so
3.5 there. I'm actually going to go on to me. I think this is a 3 boom card. Because,
three.
only
Yeah,
3.
fair. Yeah, fair.
Because of the randomness of where the opponent could move. If it's
Yeah.
really filled up lanes, then they're forced to move into a certain position. But if it's early game, they can literally just go anywhere else and it's an empty lane and it wouldn't do anything. And even mid game, you're not looking at board's got 15 unit spots. You're not looking at more than 50% of the spots being filled. So it gives them a bit more opportunity to move around. But obviously if you combo it with other cards, then it becomes more powerful. So standard line, I say 3. MJ.
I would go boom, 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 3 booms. I like the playability of it. I don't think it's necessarily worse than Blossom's Archer in any way, apart from, like you were saying, that unpredictability of what can happen with the movement.
Definitely. Okay, so we've got 3 booms there. Mizzy, your first ever Dynasty boom. How many booms are we doing?
I'm guessing from you guys saying 3 boom is the average, so it's in the middle. So I was also thinking this card is also somewhere in the middle of being good, but not bad as well. So 3 booms as well. But also I've got a question with this card as well. So let's say the opponent does have a full zone. Their whole board is full of cards. Then what happens then?
Then they can't move.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I thought there would just be some weird thing that you could add in.
No.
But the opponent. Wait, you finish first. I'll say the second one quickly.
Yeah, if they can't move anywhere, then they're forced to stay there.
Yeah. And you can decide where they move, right?
No, it's the opponent.
What decides to run the?
The opponent decides.
The opponent decides. Okay.
Yeah, but that makes a very, very interesting point because that leads us to our third card. So we have Blossom's Tactician. 4 cost, 1 range, 1 strength, 3 health with the ability once per turn you can move one of your units 1 zone. Ooh, this is something new, isn't it, guys? Who's going to jump on this?
Does anyone want to start, or because I'll say from the start.
It looks like you want to say something.
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad.
Oh, okay. You have to justify it. I think this is where we get some tension now, because I think this is pretty good.
This is bad. This is really bad. Hold on. First of all, you're paying 4 for 1/3, right? It's only got 1 range, right? You're paying 4 big resources. Great resources, right? You're already limited to 10 as it is, right? So why are you spending 4 on a card that's 1/3, and then its effect is once per turn you can move one of your units 1 zone? Oh, well, I mean, there's no point. It's useless.
Okay,
It's useless.
So I'm going to rebuttal this. Okay. You're never going to play Blossom's Tactician as an offensive card. You're always going to play him as a defensive card on row 3, right? He's always going to be on the back row. And think about cards that this can synergize with. Veteran Hay, you can move him to another one of your units to get the buff, right? To do like a passive one person attack. So you can put him with Blue Moon Cavalry, and then he gets the buff, and then Blue Moon Cavalry can do the attack and then get the buff there. Or you can move units into a more defensive position if you anticipate an attack, so you can then get ready to reinforce. Right? There is no range. You can just pick and choose one of your units. Like it doesn't limit anywhere. So it's like playing chess, but you get an extra move. I think that's quite powerful, especially with all these new cards as well. Oh yeah, literally like G Warrior and the Archer as well. If you use the G Warrior to do an attack and then your opponent moves it far away, you can use your first attack with the Archer and then use a secondary, no, not a attack, first move, and then use a secondary move to chase units.
It's like I don't know. It's that seems very more. That seems a lot more niche than it would seem like anything else, because moving a unit in the game sometimes you don't need to. It's good to, right? But sometimes you don't need to, especially if it's an already inherent built-in mechanic of the game where I can move cards one zone after they've been placed. Having a card that just says, okay, you can move again, it's not bad, but there are better cards out there. That's why I think, at least.
But think about it like this, right? You have a shed leveled up
You have a leveled up shit.
with a simple chariot,
Oh my
right?
God.
That gives him 2 moves already. And then you have the Blossom's Tactician. That's 3 moves. You could, right, attack twice in one lane, move 3 across, and your opponent would not be able to catch up with him. You could hit and run however you like.
That just makes it even more annoying. And what? Is this just like, is this a season of where every card is just going to be trolling and annoying?
No.
Yeah.
I think there's a correlation with the first card and then there's the second card.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think he just wants to create all these troll-based cards where he just doesn't want the opponent to play the game.
They're fundamental.
Yeah.
Okay, they're fundamental.
They're fun.
He's like, it's like you made these cards for your Shen deck, so you can be even more stronger than it already is.
No, not at all. But
Not
okay,
at
Mizzy,
all.
what do you think of this card?
I mean, me personally, when it comes to playing the game, the Dynasty TCG game, I would never play this card just because I think moving a card would be useless, to be honest. Other than just using it when I need to after I finish attacking, I don't really find any usage of moving my own cards when the reason why I placed them in there in the first place is where I want to place it. And if I need to place it somewhere else, obviously I'll just I'll draw another card and put that card down there. I wouldn't waste another turn.
What was
I'm so confused.
But I'll defend
There's a
it.
tank in front of your thing that you don't want to die. Wouldn't you then?
But then I just move it. Yeah, then I just move it.
Yeah, but then your opponent can chase him. But if you have the Tactician, you can't chase him.
But if the enemy also has a tactician, then it's going to go in circle. This is going to be like a rabbit chase or something.
Yeah, but if they think it's useless, then you've got the upper hand with
Then
the
that means
Tactician.
you're playing the whole game where one turn on both sides, it's just you moving both cards because you're running away from one of them and the other one's chasing you. It sounds so silly.
I can think of 3 situations to use Blossom's Tactician in.
Drop the bomb.
Oh God, here we go.
This is what I've been waiting for.
So, the first one you've already sort of alluded to. It's a pay once simple chariot. Thinking back to like Lung Fung, Sea of Arrows last week, it's a one cost order card or one cost equipment in this case because you can use this as a simple chariot for everything. If you want to move cards more than once, you move it with their actual move. You move again with Blossom's Tactician, but it's not limited to one card throughout the whole time it's there on the field. The second situation you could use this in is if you are moving between attack and defense position, I would imagine. Because usually you change between attack and defense, you can't move anymore that turn. But you can change attack to defense. This would work well in that case with Yang Bei and his level up. Because if you've got a card that you had in attack, and you want to get it into defense so it can attack in its defense position like Yang Bei allows, and then you want to move it somewhere as well, you've got that option of being able to do both things then. And then you've got the third situation, which I've been talking for so long, I definitely had a third situation because that defense position one was the last one I thought of.
So it's the middle one that you can't remember.
Yeah, I've gone blank on the middle situation you could use this in. Oh, that was it. Yeah. So a lot of people like to use Veteran Hay as the backup in more than one attack, so they'll have it behind one card, attack with that card, move Veteran Hay, so he can buff up the next column across. Then, if you have a third column across that you want to buff up, you can Blossom's Tactician Veteran Hay to move a second time. So you've had Veteran Hay supporting 3 different attacks in one turn.
Yeah.
But you keep moving that Veteran Hay each time. Okay.
So 3 possible situations, and for once they're not specific in context like I normally come up with. They are very general strategies that you could use at any point.
Yeah, no. See, this is the difference. I think for the viewers at home between the two clear types of players when they play the game. So you got people like Mizzy who are used to other games, can't mention the other games because we don't want any legal trouble, right, guys? But Mizzy's a very static player. He won't think to move because he's like, I'm going to play my units here and only move them when I need to move. Whereas MJ is playing chess. He's here to set up the board.
Hey, I played chess before.
Yeah, but clearly not of our game. But MJ here is thinking about how can I move my units, and that's the beauty. They could both have the same exact deck, but your type of playstyle will give you a certain edge, especially good movement and thinking about moves ahead purely on that. I love people that move cards. Anyway, anyone got any other thoughts about this, Rayon?
Nope.
No more hate about this really ass card.
Yeah, okay. No, since you mentioned it, you mentioned it, right? Yeah, no, it's a terrible card. No, yeah, it's a terrible card.
Okay, Mizzy, any thoughts?
Same thing. I wouldn't move my cards too much. I'll place them where I need to, and yeah, like Rhea said, it's also expensive. You're spending 4 resources just to play this card. You'd only play this card probably late game when you have all your troops down. Never in the early stage, maybe.
Oh, I would disagree on that. I would disagree. Early game, you could get such a big advantage.
Really? When you really only have 10 resources only?
Yeah, you could have 2 forecasts and a 2 cost, right? That on average is going to get you up to 4 damage. Plus this, you got 5 damage on turn 1, right?
But your opponent can quickly target that card then straight away with another card. Then you can't.
But then you spread out the other 2, which gives them the choice of who do they want to target.
I still think it's a very iffy card, but yeah, it's still, yeah.
Like I said, I'm a simple chariot player, so I can see the benefits of this being a 4 cost because normally 4 cost simple chariot out 1 one unit gets to move an extra time, whereas Blossom's Tactician, same cost. Each turn I can pick who gets that extra move.
Yeah. And with that said, everybody get your boom meters ready. Mizzy, I would like you to start off with the booms. How many booms are we giving the...
For me personally, I'm giving it 2.5 booms.
Damn, that's...
2.5.
Damn, okay. Crayon.
I'm giving it a 2. Solid 2.
Why? Why so low? That's...
Why so low? It's
And the
because it's too
thing is, I know it's
expensive.
not ironic. I know it's not ironic as well.
Because it's if it was a 3 cost, I'd be like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. But it's the fact that it's for its cost, for its effect, for its stats, it's not worth.
Okay. I respect that. MJ?
Boom, 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 and then which half of the boom do you want? The boo or the 3.5. Yeah, it's on a par with Blossom's G Warrior for me on the fact that its effect you have control over.
I think it's a 3. Like,
Whoa.
I would use it. I would use it. But it depends what deck I'm playing. I probably
Your
wouldn't.
Shen deck. You only play Shen deck.
Hey, I'm speaking for the players out there, you know. But if let's say, play this with Lung Feng, make Lung Feng really hard to attack, then you've constantly got that 1 damage being hit. So, could be pretty powerful. It just depends how you want to play it. But I think people that will know how to make use of this card will definitely benefit. And for noobs like you guys wouldn't understand it because it's such high caliber gameplay. But on that note, let's move on to something slightly different, shall we? The Lion's Guard is a 4 cost, 1 range, 1 strength, 4 health with the ability, when reinforcing, this unit gains +1 health before damage calculation.
Before damage calculation?
Yeah.
So before they do the attack, you're adding 1 extra health then?
Mm-hmm.
Does it count as reinforcing when you're getting attacked?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's as they declare the as they declare the attack, you would reinforce, and then it would gain the +1. Yeah, it would then gain the +1. Yeah.
Okay. It's a good card to play then too if you want to defend your Blossoms card.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say there's nothing really special. It's just like any other card that just if you support it. You add in 1 more health, I guess. That's what makes it special. But it's nothing too game changing, I think, in my opinion.
It's one of those cards where it's very. I think it's okay. I wouldn't say it's like very good or just like bust and something like that. It's like, but then you have to understand, it's 5 health. It's chunky. You know what I mean?
Chunky.
Like this is a thick boy, right? It's thick, right? With like 4 C's, man. So it's quite good. It's quite good, but it just depends on the type of player that you are. If you're defensive, if you're aggressive, it all depends on how you play the game. But I think it's an all-round solid card. 4 costs. It's more for defensive players than anything.
I can't believe you said you're more excited about this card compared to the Blossoms Tactician. That's what blows my mind. Because go on.
No, it's just me personally. I'm just more of a defensive player. I would rather just sit there and grind out instead of just let me troll around. Yeah, it's just annoying.
It's not trolling. It's called being strategic.
Okay.
Strategic. Yeah, run, please. Thank you.
Yeah. MJ?
Yeah.
This is where we start thinking about the champions it's supposed to support as well, though. Like, this is Yang Bei support now, which if we're ideally considering this with the level up. If you've had this card on the field for a while, it's been reinforcing for a while. Think about what this could have built up to over time. Like, let's say you've had it on the field for a while, you've reinforced 3 or 4 times, you're up to your defense of like 7, 8, and then you've got it for a few turns just constantly hitting at its defense position. If you've got leveled up Yang Bei out on the field as well. So it's, let's say you've got your simple sword on there as well, like you're doing some consistent stuff. It's not going down because you've managed to build the health up. And you don't have to worry about when it does go down, because if you're playing with Yang Bei and level up, then you're not going to take the damage over the top because it's in defense position.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is right. For me personally, I think this is like, it's kind of mid. Like, when I look at it, it feels very vanilla. It's like a very vanilla card. Right. For full cards, like, yeah, it's like, it is big and chunky, but it's slow. Like,
Yeah.
incredibly slow. Like, you're doing 1 damage for a 4 cost.
Yeah, it's just basically a wall at that point,
Just
a
a
human
wall,
wall
yeah.
for your
Like,
for your
Human
board.
wall.
It's not going to do anything, and you have to play him on at least the second row. Right, you're not putting him in the first row because there's no point in doing that, because his ability is only active on the second row. So if, let's say, you have any one of the Blossoms cards where you just end up moving and he just ends up becoming kind of useless if he gets moved to the front, or if he's in the front and then you snipe him and then he can't move, he's just literally a wall there that can do more damage back. So for me, I think he's too slow for me. Like, he's good, I think, for people that want to stall out the game, but I personally wouldn't run this card in my deck.
Like MJ said, it's more so like how you have your, well, it depends which champions you're playing. If you're playing Yang Bei, it's all just Yang Bei support. That's all it really is there for. In the future, maybe we'll get some better cards, but like for now, it's gonna do its job. It's gonna sit there. It's gonna protect your front line, or whichever card you want to reinforce. So I mean, like, not realistically, like, not many cards are really pushing past, 5 defense and killing the unit behind. I think that's its main purpose there, at least.
Unless you're using a Shen deck and archers.
Yeah, but it really is dependent on how you play it, where you play it, and who you're facing.
You could just say that about every card.
Yeah, but it's like with these type of cards, like unlike Shen, where he's very generic, whereas Lion's Guard is more specific about what kind of deck you're playing. So it comes more
Did
down.
I just hear you say Shen is generic?
Yeah, no, he is.
He is the most unique, inspired champion.
No, when is the most unique.
Oh, okay. I don't even have the energy to argue it. People on YouTube know, but yeah, no, I guess I could see benefits, but
Exactly.
we're definitely going to see a clash between Longfeng Shen players, I think, against Wen and Yang Bei players. I think that's how people are going to pair up the matchings in terms of champions, where they do dual champions, and we're going to see that speedy movement damage against a really strong brick wall. Obviously, like, that would be good, but personally, anyone got any other thoughts on this card?
Nothing much now. I like using this. Is obviously way better than the other 2 cards that popped up. Like, you can do more with this. any of them.
MJ, I see some sad and disappointment in your face.
I'm thinking like pair this up with, better say, like a Heavenly Peach, because then it gets +1 health. If it's reinforcing, it loses its health, and then it goes back up to your new amount because it's before damage calculation. So it is a way to sort of like steadily get that sort of like buffed up card that no one can take out, and just become like a solid wall for defense later on if played well.
That could be an issue. Yeah, that could actually be an issue. Well, anyway, let's go on to our booms. How many booms are we booming? Who wants to start the booms?
Just was then I was hesitating, but I was still thinking. But I'm giving it at least a 3.5 or a 4, a low 4 boom.
A low 4.
Yeah, like
A
not
low
like
4.
too high. I don't know how I would.
4.
Okay, just a 4. I'm not gonna explain it because I think this.
4.
Yeah,
4 for this.
yeah.
That's an outrageous statement.
So, I mean, like, I also like playing defensive Earth. I like having cards set up at the front where they can tank hits for me while I sorting out my units in the back.
Okay, Rayon, that's how many booms are you giving?
I'm saying 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, any particular reason?
I think like MJ said, where it's very good in if it's stacked up, but like it's not bad, but it's not particularly amazing. But it's still better than some other cards, I'd say.
Okay, MJ.
I'm going boom, boom, and let's go for the middle of the boom. We'll go ooh, boom, boom, ooh, 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
It's
Wait,
not.
really? 2.5?
It's a card I don't see myself playing as much because I can only see myself coming up with like the weird and wild strategies that require very specific context with it. Granted, I'd love it in my deck just for the artwork, but that's what I have binders of collections of cards for. So 2.5.
Yeah, I agree with MJ. Edging towards 3. Just because like I personally wouldn't play it. I get why people would play it, but I think the use case, if it was a 3 cost, I think it would be so much better. Because then it'll be slightly quicker to deploy. You have other things that you could also deploy, but taking 40% of your resources to do 1 damage and stall, I don't think is amazing. So, yes. Next card. Let's see what we have. Oh, interesting. We have a 4 cost, 1 range, Lion's Imperial Defender, 1 strength, 4 health, with the ability, when this unit is attacked whilst in defense position, deal 2 damage back to the attacking unit. Rhea, your face showed some excitement here. What are we saying?
I think it's just straight Yang based support where it's very defense heavy. You know, if it's doing 2 damage back while in defense, A, you're not taking any damage, and B, it's doing 2 damage back to their unit, and then also if you have Yang Bei as your champion, it does an extra 1 damage back because it's retaliating. But I think it's very, very good outside of outside of Yang Bei anyway, because it's just a body. It's a big body at least, but the only downside to it is the fact that, first of all, it's a 4 cost, but it does have 4 defense, but it only has 1 attack, and that's like the main aspect of it. Where because it only has the 1 attack, there's no real use outside of it other than just for pure defense.
But is this not the case of a good offense is then also a good... No, the best
good
offense is a good defense.
Yeah.
That's the right phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
because you're defending with it, and every time you defend with it, you're doing 2 damage back.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's quite good, but it can only do so much. It is good, but it's sometimes I don't know. I don't see myself playing this card though. It's one of those weird ones.
I love this card. I like this card.
Why do you like it?
Because again, so you're doing 2 damage back while it's in defense position, right? Which I think is very strong early game, I guess, when the opponent tries to attack you. And if you're having like other units that supports achievements, like increases HP more, or even its attack, it can become a really strong wall that's in defense position that you also don't lose HP as well. So it could be used either like a sacrificial pawn or even just a good early starting card to help you gain a strong foundation to place down all your other units as well. I mean, I'm guessing from the whole set, so the Lions Imperial set is all about defending, which I like. I think I like defending.
Yeah, no, this is where I'm gonna go against you, Rayan. I would take this over the guard. I would take this over the guard 100% of the time because you can just stick him in defense position on the first row, and he's a better staller, I think. In terms
fair.
of him being able to do the attack back. Like, yeah, he might not be able to do the attack, actively, but reactively, he's just a body for people to have to get over to get to your next thing, and they're gonna have to sacrifice 2 health on that cost.
I kind of agree with you there. It is a lot better than I initially thought it was. I'm not gonna lie. The more I kind of read it, the more I kind of realize, it is. It's doing 2 damage back. So even if it does reinforce, it's still doing 2 damage back as well. Oh yeah, because it's still technically defending. Oh wait, is it?
Yeah, if you're in defense.
No. That would be different because. Oh, actually, do you know what? If it's
because it's
once,
still
it will do damage back. Yeah,
because it's in defense position while it's reinforcing. So I'm thinking, yes, I would agree. Yeah, no, it is a lot better than I thought. Okay,
and he's a lot quicker as well to play with.
Yeah, fair.
When you say quicker, what do you mean by a lot quicker? Like you can place down and you get more value from it.
Yeah, literally that. Because if you play the Imperial Guard, you're waiting. I mean, both these cards you're waiting for someone to attack you, but the advantage that you get out of them attacking you get more out of this card, which is like you're getting to win quicker. So that's what I mean when I say quicker. MJ, what do you think of the Imperial Defender there?
It's one of those cards. It's not one I'm then thinking much in terms of what combos can I play with it. It's very much more just it works by itself. You don't need to think of these different gimmicks that you can try and do like you do with everything else, which I quite like. It makes it more unique in terms of play style, I think, compared to a lot of cards that require setups quite often.
It's very isolated, isn't it?
I also really like. I don't know how many people actually pay attention to this. The little quotes that they have underneath their names. I just like the ... Like it's a stoic defender. Like it really matches in with its character. That it doesn't say anything back. It's just there standing guard.
Yep. And also for people that, and this is not even card related, but the way that the cards play actually mimic how the characters are. So he's isolated, right? And he's not speaking, and he also works by himself. Oh, it's like levels of design.
Whoa!
I know.
Whoa!
But also, if this was 2 cost, I think he would be so good. Like being able to
2 cost would be broken. Yeah, people could just spam that if it's 2. 4 is a good cost, I think, for this.
It would be great. So any other thoughts on this card, guys, or nothing else?
I like this card. I would use this 100% in my deck.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice. I think it was a lot better than I initially thought, at least. Yeah.
MJ?
Yeah. I think I've said everything I've got to say with it. It's a
Awesome.
good card.
Let's boom it up, guys. How many booms we're giving? MJ, you start us off.
We are going back up to a full boom, 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 3 booms. Again, it's one that I might play, but there's a good chance it's just going to be in my side deck more so than as like a feature card that I'm going to play all the time.
Yeah. Rayon?
Yeah. I think it's a solid 3.5. Yeah. Almost
Okay.
almost going to a 4. Almost going to a 4.
Really? You would put it up to a 4, almost up to a 4?
Or purely because of the ruling of, because it can also reinforce and then also do damage back.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a lot faster. Because the whole point is you getting rid of their pieces. If you can do damage back to them as fast as possible, especially on their turn, if you're doing damage to them on their turn, it's even better. So yeah, I would say 3.5 for 4.
I'm giving it a 3.8. Probably a strong 4, though.
First 3.8 that we've heard. Nick would love that. God, the
What does
even
Nick
numbers.
do?
He
What
just
Nick
loves
gives us
even
numbers.
numbers.
Oh.
He hates odd numbers, which is why I give this a 3. I think it's a good card situationally. If you really need to play defensively, like if you're not playing with the Lions, it's a good card to have on the side, because if you ever need that bit of defense, he's always there to provide it. So yeah, let's move on to the final card, guys, which is the Lions Rammer. 4 cost, 2 range, 1 strength, 3 health. With the ability, when attacking a structure, this unit can deal 2 damage. I'll start this off. I think it's terrible. It is so ass.
I agree. It's just useful against
See,
structures.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sitting there thinking, you know what? This is a sleeper pick if structures become meta. If structures become meta, it's a sleeper pick.
If structure yeah.
If it ever becomes, like meta, this card becomes insanely busted.
MJ, as the designated wall player, what do you think of this card?
I mean, yeah, so I build simple fortification. I can get it up to like 8, 9 health. A simple fortification sometimes. And I would definitely be worried if someone's bringing a Lion's Rammer against me whilst I'm trying to build that up. I mean, the question is, when attacking structure, this unit can deal 2 damage. Would that scale up if you managed to build its attack up, or would it stay as 2 damage no matter what?
It'll only do 2 damage because of its ability.
So in that sense, like, it's never going to get more than 2 damage on a structure. But most people that do play it don't build it up that much from what I've seen, so it's going to be devastating against those that do. I could see it being like a mainstay in people's side deck when they realise they're playing against a structure player. It's like,
and then you just have it.
let's say, yeah, first game against me, maybe you don't realise I play structures, then it's in the side deck. Then when you realise, actually, if I get my structures out, I build them up well, you want to have a Lion's Rammer there to counter that.
Rayon.
Yeah.
What do you... I want to understand, why is it a sleeper? Let's say we've got like a whole like structure archetype, right? He's built a barn, he's building up this kingdom, and he's just destroying everyone's structures.
Because it's usually most structures will probably have anywhere between. Well, I'm saying this for the future reference at least. They'll be anywhere between like 3 to 5. I'm assuming 3 to 5. It being able to do 3 damage right off the get go is not
what do you
that
mean
bad
3?
because it does 2 damage and then there's extra 1
No, it doesn't.
No,
when
it's
attacking a
adding
structure.
two.
Attacking, it can deal 2 damage.
Yeah.
not an
So when it's
additional 2.
attacking, it does 2. Or is that just the wording of the card? Hold on.
That's just the word in the card. So he can only.
Oh yeah, so it only does 2 then. It's. I feel like.
Wait, so it doesn't give the boost of 2. So like, oh no, I've read it wrong. I thought
Yeah.
it's 2 extra damage, so it does 4 damage on the structure. So it's
Like,
just doing 2 damage.
You can only do 2. It's capped at 2.
It's capped at 2. You can't use another unit to support it to increase that.
No, you can use another unit to support it.
But the max damage is only 2.
Oh, so it's only capped at 2 then.
It's capped.
Oh, then it's horrible. No, it's horrible. Yeah, no, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I was under
Other
the
than
impression. Yeah, no, it's horrible. I was genuinely under the impression that it was doing like 3 damage to a structure.
I agree with it. I thought it did 3 damage as well. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You can counter structures. Not that many structures, but if it's only capped at 2, then it's just wasting a space, wasting a space in your deck for this card. This card.
But then I'm gonna now play devil's advocate after I've said that it's terrible. 2 range is pretty good for it.
No. No.
It
Doesn't matter.
still
think so.
does only 1 damage.
It's only 1 damage at that point.
Yeah, when it's
No,
not
2
attacking a structure unit.
If you're using two range to attack a structure.
But what if you're not? Well, let's say you're not attacking a structure then.
No, because if you've got a structure and your opponent's got a structure, in both the first rows, you at least have something to then go over that.
But that's assuming that your opponent's going to play structure. So you're having to use this card in your deck and use space for it, thinking if your opponent has a structure deck or not.
This is why I'd say it would be a side deck card, though.
Yeah. It's a good side card, but
The situation.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like well, Mizzy said it, like me and Mizzy thinks. We thought that he was gonna do 3 damage. No, never mind. It's a horrible card. Horrible card.
I mean, I've got a situation where it would work well in my head again. So we're going back to these very situational sorts of ideas. So your opponent has a structure in row 1. And let's say it's got something with 2 range in row 2 behind it that it's trying to attack with. They can only attack your first row. Your first row, because there is something in front of them that's not giving you the open lane. So you put Lion's Rammer second row in this situation, it can attack the structure, but their unit can't attack your Lion's Rammer. So it is, if they are a very structure-based player, they are going to be losing out more than you if they've got this in their second row and their structures in their first row.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I hate playing structures because it limits me from doing what I want to do sometimes, especially with movement as well. Once you put a structure in place, you have to then really think about range and the way that you attack. And I just find it well annoying. So having a Lion's Rammer in row 2 to be able to, kind of reach over and do that damage is like, it's a quick fix rather than needing, forcing yourself to find an archer or anything else. You've got something that can do a little bit more, a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about the Lion's Rammer?
No.
Nothing special, no.
Okay, well, that's our cue to do our boom ratings. MJ.
I am boom, 2 booms. I can see the value in the card. I can see the situations to use it in. However, I am a structure player, even with just simple fortification, so this card is not going to be my favourite card moving forward.
The anti-MJ pick card.
Mizzy.
I'm giving it, honestly, a 1.5 boom, I think. Yeah, 1.5. I was going to go 2, but I feel like 2 is too generous, so like boom 1. So I'll go 1.5. Just because I would never use this card, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a 1.5 to 2. Yeah, it's nah. If it did 3, I'd say it's like a 3.5, nearly a 3. You know, against a counter pick, but yeah, no, I think it's a 1.5.
I actually agree with you guys on this. I think it's a terrible card. Like, the only way that I could justify it being a 2 is the fact that it has 2 range, so it gives you more range if he's leading, and that's about it. Like, his health isn't even full, and obviously lions are meant to be a bit more chunky, but he has a very like general stat line for that forecast. But we'll see as more structures come in and like we get the Builder Bar champion deck. We never know how busted it becomes.
MJ's smiling that no one's going to play this card, then he can keep playing this structure card.
This month I'm only going to design structure cards and anti-structure decks. But
Yes,
yeah,
very good.
I think that's about it, everyone. This is a little bit more of a chill, little chill poddy this week. I want to say thank you to all our Patreon subscribers and everyone else that supports us. YouTube, Instagram, Discord. Go join the Discord, like this video. Yeah, please enjoy next week's episode. These 3 can say whatever they want for the end credits.
With the West, I don't know.
You guys are terrible at doing this.
When's the best?
Thanks for watching, guys.
When is the best? When is the best? When ho?
Read the quotes, appreciate the artists, play Dynasty.
Play Dynasty.
There we go. That's a good one. And cut.